Now we move on to the second type of questions under descriptive paper, which is Precis writing. The word Precis in Precis writing comes from the word precise. You are given a passage and you have to read and comprehend what is given in the passage and rewrite the passage, the ideas given in the passage. You must express in your own words, but your passage should be restricted to 1/3 of the length of the given passage. And this calls for a thorough understanding of what is given in the passage, the choice of a suitable vocabulary, and not missing out all the points given there. In addition to that, you have to give a suitable title to your Precis. Now let us see how we are going to make use of all these skills in writing a Precis. Now we will take up a passage for Precis writing. The passage for Precis writing goes like this. As a weaver at a small Zardozi unit in Sheesh Mahal area, Aftab Hussain barely managed to make ₹100 per day. Already struggling to make ends meet, Hussain got the shock of his life when doctors at King George Medical College, Lucknow, found that his newborn daughter was suffering from total anomalous pulmonary venous connection, a rare congenital heart ailment often referred to as hole in the heart. In TAPVC, the veins from the lungs attach to the heart in abnormal positions and oxygenated blood leaks into the wrong chamber. Hussain was told that his daughter Wajiha Fatima urgently required a corrective surgery which alone would cost around 2.5 lakh, excluding the hospital expenses and post-operative care. Also, she would have to be taken to Delhi or Mumbai for it. As the infant turned 2 months old and the father ran out of options, a local Urdu journalist and a social activist, Syed Afsa, came to know of the baby's illness and decided to put the information on Facebook. To lend credibility, he also scanned and uploaded all her test reports and the doctor's prescriptions along with the phone numbers of his parents. The response overwhelmed the weaver. While I was aware of Facebook's potential for mobilizing and marketing, posts like this are so common and so widely distrusted that I only expected a small contribution from family and friends, says Afsa. Apart from immense local support, financial help also came from as far as Houston, Kuwait and Canada. News then reached Mumbai, where Zoom channel employee Fakrul Hussaini saw the Facebook post and informed philanthropist Shiva Menon, who quickly called the entire family over to Mumbai and, convinced of the genuineness of the case, decided to bear the entire cost of the surgery. Wajiha was subsequently admitted to Kokilaben Dhirubhai Ambani Hospital and she underwent a 5-hour successful surgery. The hospital waived off ₹1 lakh additional charges for medical tests and hospitalization. Wajiha was operated upon by a team headed by a top surgeon from Bangkok. She has responded well and her condition is stable. She will be under observation for the next 48 hours, says her aunt. Wajiha will be in the Mumbai hospital for a month and will have to visit it once a year till she attains 6 years. Post-operative expenses and visits to doctors remain, but the multiplying reposts on Facebook have continued to elicit contributions for the little girl. This passage given has 405 words. Now, based on what you have understood in the passage, you may have to present your own précis, which should be within 1/3 of the given passage, which is 405 words. And initially, you must give a title to your précis. The title should reflect the content of the passage. Since this passage talks about how the social media, Facebook, came to the rescue of a poor girl. Therefore, the suggested topic title for this précis is Facebook the Savior. The précis that you are going to see now and the title are merely suggestive. You can make a better title than this and make a better précis of this. Wajiha Fatima, the newborn daughter of Aftab Hussain, a poor weaver, was suffering from a serious heart ailment called TAPVC. The poor father could not afford the 2.5 lakhs needed for the corrective surgery. A social activist uploaded the authentic medical condition of the baby in Facebook along with contact details. Support and financial help started pouring from all over the world. Shiva Menon, a philanthropist, offered to bear the entire cost of the surgery. Wajiha was successfully operated in a Mumbai hospital which waived off rupees 1 lakh of the hospitalization charges. The child is recovering well and financial help continues from Facebook members. Facebook has thus become the savior of a poor child. Now this suggestive précis is about 137 words. Now usually the question the students ask, how to ensure that we write within the 1/3 of the given length? There are some students who write one sentence, count the number of words, then write the second sentence, again count the number of words. This will take away your precious time. So initially, when you start writing your précis, do not bother about the word length. You write at least more than half of what you want to write. And at that stage, you stop and roughly count the number of words. Supposing your word limit here is 130 words roughly. And at more than half stage where you stop and count, you find that you have written around 100 words. Now what you must do is restrict what you are going to write now within 30 words. Do not cut down or cancel what you have written. There is a suggestion from some people that in your précis writing, first make a précis rough draft and then correct it into a fair draft. But this is a different situation. You have got 1 hour where you have to answer 4 questions. We have very little time for a first and a second draft. What you are going to write will be straight away the fair draft, where you start writing your précis more than half the points. At that time you find out, instead of cutting out what you have written already, restrict what you are going to write so that you don't exceed the word limit.